Welcome back to the garden for the first spring tour. Last time you saw the garden there was only 10 beds and now there are 16. So let's see what we have growing. We'll start over on this side. We've got garlic and broccoli in this bed. The broccoli is starting to form heads, and some lettuce along with some kohlrabi. And down here we have celery. And I grew those from seeds. You can see the peas are starting to grab onto the trellis. And then in this bed we have peas starting to show, along with some radishes, a row of kohlrabi, and a row of cauliflower. And in between I've planted, there it is, planted onions. I don't know if you can see it. And then some early, that's zucchini over there in the corner. I start those early so that way the bugs don't get it. And then down the middle are onions, along with a little patty pan squash tucked in the corner. And all of these are broccoli, and they're also starting to form heads. And this is probably the bed I'm the most excited about. It's a strawberry bed. I planted onions in between them, but the onions will come up in the next couple months. But it's a permanent strawberry bed. These are the onions we planted back in November, I believe. The bed needs a little weeding. But the onions are looking nice. Not all of them made it. You can see here, there's a nice bald spot. But we have one down here that made it. And I tucked in a little crookneck squash. And over here we got another little zucchini with broccoli. Put broccoli in a couple different beds. And some more garlic, which also needs to be weeded. There's another little squash. And all of this garlic was bought. I don't want to butcher their name. I'll put it down at the bottom of the screen. But I bought it and it's done amazing. There's 4 different kinds. Another little squash. I'm not sure about this garlic. I don't know if it's one of these that just got pushed down, or a garlic I might have dropped last year, because I had garlic in this bed and onions in that one, I believe. So I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Another little crooked squash. And pretty sure we did a mix of radishes right here. I just took all my radish seeds and tossed them into a bag and then started spreading them. And some more broccoli. Over here is the turnips, and they're doing good. And some more garlic. And the peas. Oh, we didn't check on the other side. The peas aren't doing good in this one bed. You can see there's one right there. The wind keeps pulling them off the trellis. Let's see if we have any coming up over here. Do we? Yeah, there's a couple little ones. Right there is the biggest of them. But I've had trouble starting peas so far this year. And then Swiss chard and some more little broccolis. We got broccoli at all stages. Now when it comes to the canopy, I was gonna do birdhouse gourds, but after doing the loofahs and seeing how much loofahs I got, I don't know if I'm ready for the birdhouse gourds. So, little sunflower. Think we're going to do cantaloupe. Now, I don't have any cantaloupe seeds, so I'm gonna have to run up to the local nursery and get some. But I'm thinking cantaloupes or other melons on the trellis this year. What do y'all think? And then, let's see, we're on the other half of the garden. And this is where we had peppers all last year. These garlic are store-bought. When you go to the store and they're like $1 for a clove of them, and I planted them, and they're doing all right. I know you can save them and use them. I did it. That's what my garlic from a few years ago was. But sometimes you can get diseases in your soil from doing that, so just be careful if you do that. And there's a couple radishes trying to start down there. That's the bulk of the radishes. Oh, look, you can see. There it is. It won't be long before that one's ready. It actually might be ready now. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a nice looking radish. It's the first radish of the season. And then this broccoli, these were the first ones to go in, so they're getting a little bit bigger. I've had to replace a few. The wind and the cold. It's more not too bad like frost-wise. It's just been the wind's been very chilly. Now this bed, along down this whole side, is cauliflower. There's a few onions that I forgot to pull last year. And then there's peas coming up. And then we have, I'm gonna try to do this without my notes. So, kale, broccoli, spinach, turnips, blue kale. There should be Swiss chard here, but some of the turnip seeds made their way over here too. So Swiss chard and turnips. And then collards. And these are this year's collards. I'll show you in a second last year's collards. And this is what was last year's bed. This is the kale. And you can see it's starting to go to seed. So those will be pulled up here soon. And I had a couple kohlrabi. Something's been coming and eating them. I've got broccoli and onions going down the side. And then this is the collards from last year. They're about to bloom. The broccoli, something ate the broccoli. And the peas. There's no peas on that side. So this bed, it needs another top coat of soil. Just because the logs underneath are starting to show. This is one of the new beds. So we did onions down the, let me see, I'm gonna move to the other side so that way it's easier to see. There we go. So the onions are straight down the middle. And then, oh no, it's the next bed over. I thought I was missing a plant, but it's right there. The peas are starting to come up. You can see them. And I just threw scraps in these beds, in the new beds, from our guinea pigs. So the guinea pig bedding, along with tree scraps and just anything else that I could find that would normally go in the compost bin. And then I topped it all off with topsoil and pine needles. Pine needles first and cardboard. But there's the plant I thought I was missing. And then these onions, I bought their sets. I bought them from the local nursery just to see how they would do. They're doing alright. Some of them are still waiting to sprout, but some of them are starting to sprout. And this is the potato bed. So there's 3, see my little markers? there's 3 different types of not tomatoes, we're ahead of ourselves. Potatoes. These ones right here are red gold. I got those from Gurney's. And these are some rustic potatoes that I had harvested last year and totally forgot about and found them in our mudroom. And they had started growing, so I gave them a spot. So far, one little piece has come up. And then these are red skin potatoes, and they've been growing really good, but you can see in some areas where the frost had knocked them back, but they're popping right back on up. And this bed, um, this is all broccoli. I got it from a local nursery. I was trying to figure out what to do with this bed because it's going to be a sweet potato bed, so I don't really need anything in it until July. So I went and grabbed a bunch, I think it's 48 broccoli plants, and put them in. They're doing okay. There's a little bit of transplant shock. You can see the white around the edges, that comes from the wind. And then right here we have mustard. Now I usually grow the purple mustard, or the might be even called red mustard. But I got this, and so far it's good. I still kind of like the purple mustard. It's a little more spicy. And then we have our spinach. And this was the garlic bed last year. So there's a few garlic that were missed that are coming up. We have our spinach, and I've already harvested a bunch of that. And some more turnips, and more broccoli. And then down here, there's a few little celery plants that are trying to make it. I need to weed around them so that way they'll grow. I need to figure out something's digging holes in the garden. And it's not that one. Uh, these are the flower beds. You can see the lemon balm and the mints come back, and the mints done spread to over there. And it really needs to be weeded, but this is my daughter's flower bed. We're going to be working on that in the next couple days and getting it all the way up, or not all the way up, all cleaned up. And this, I think that's burdock? I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it. And along with the other 2 beds, they're starting to come back. But we do have a few things that are new. So we'll go check them out. None of the irises are blooming yet. The one out front is pretty pink. The echinacea is coming back this year, and the hollyhocks. One of the new things, this guy right here, the fig tree. We had blueberry bushes down here, but they didn't make it through the summer. This is a fig tree. I think it's let's see, still got the tag on it. We're gonna go with brown turkeys. That's what I thought. So that would be cool. And then these are the persimmon trees that my daddy and Lisa got me. And they're starting to wake up. And then our thornless blackberry bush. And it's starting to wake up too. And then let's see if I can get it good without walking all the way over there. That's our pear tree. Let me walk over there anyway. because it actually bloomed this year and it's got a lot of baby pears on it. Now the birds will eat most of them if they haven't already, but hopefully, maybe, we'll get a pear this year. Yeah. It's very windy here. You see all the little pears? Here, stay still. Isn't that cool? The dogs are loving the fact they're outside. She's trying to get a vole or a mole. I stepped in a tunnel a second ago. So let's walk up there and see what we got growing up there. Okay, now that we're up at the top of the hill, I don't know if y'all remember when we had the trees fall, but about, what, we counted out 9 or 10 trees fell. Not last December, but the December before that, when we had that Arctic freeze come in. And we've been slowly getting stuff chopped up and taken down to the woods. But the other day, when I was working up here, I ran across this. Anybody know what that is? That's elderberry. And it's nice. It's very healthy looking. And not only did we find this, but we also found this. That is a black raspberry. Ooh, thorn. Black raspberry. And we've got a bunch of those. There's also poison ivy and honeysuckle and all other kind of stuff in here. You can see that's all poison ivy. If you didn't know what poison ivy looks like before it tries to open. There you go. But we have a bunch of little briars everywhere. You can see where they're coming up. There's a few. So they're all over here. But we're going to take down the rest of these. And we're going to put apple trees and grapevines and all different trees, fruit trees, maybe even some nut trees. And eventually, all those are going to have to come down because most of them are, like you can see that one, it's leaning. And there's a bunch leaning in the line of them. So they'll eventually come down too. It's a little messy, but I'll show you one last thing. The back porch. This is where plants are hardening off. You can see the wind's knocking the plants down. These are all, these 2 trays right here are all bell peppers. I take that back. I think I put hot peppers in there too. Let's see. Yep, they're over here. And then you got your Tabasco and your jalapeno. And then I've got some bell peppers over here that I bought from a local nursery. And some nasturtiums. And different flowers. I'm trying to do flowers this year. Those are all zinnias. And then we have some comfrey. And some lemongrass that my daddy gave me. And then this is the apple tree that got eaten by moles or voles last year. And I brought it in because it still had a little bit of roots left on it. And I put it in a bucket for the winter. And it's doing good. It's starting, you can see, it's got a little bit of life. I didn't cut anything off of it. So that way, because some of these, it feels like it might be trying to take the nutrients from it maybe. I'm not sure. They feel, it's a, not necessarily dry, but skinny maybe. And then the tomato plants. I didn't do as many tomato plants as I wanted to this year. But I'm going to take these and cut the suckers off of them and propagate even more until I have them. And then Let's see if we can. Those two are actually Granny Smith apple seeds that I planted from seeds. If you leave the apple in the refrigerator and then get the seeds out when you eat it, they'll sprout. So we'll see how they do. And there's some kale that bloomed. There's a couple things left up there. Some arugula and a couple lettuces. And then right there is the, what is it? Give me a second. It's a grape. I want to go with Concord, but I lost the tag for it and we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, one last thing. Ciao, Lil. Oh, you want to say hi? Say hi, Lily. Watch out. Watch out. So, here's the ginger that I started. It might be doing alright. It wasn't doing good. Nah, I don't think it's gonna sprout anything. But this is a lemon. Yep, a lemon. And it's got a little bloom on it. So, we'll see. The lime tree died. And then if we go inside, there is my sweet potato slips. I have to cut some more. But I cut them and then I put them in water and put them on a heat mat. And it's about 77. So they sprout easily. And then I gotta make sure the dogs aren't in here. Let's see. Y'all can see the newest members. Let's see. It's flames. Fall. Where are we at? We over here? Meow. Hi, baby. This is Ginger. And we have her 3 little girls. Watch out, baby. We have, hold on, Ginger. Hi. We have Whisper. You say hi? Yeah. And then we have Cheshire. And then this little one that is sleeping is Cha-Cha. And each one of my kids got one and got to name them. Yes, we see you. And they're about 5 weeks old. Yes, you're doing good, Mama. Yeah, you're doing good. But she was a stray we found outside. And she obviously was pregnant, so we brought her in. So that way she didn't give birth outside in the cold. And also we have a lot of hawks and coyotes and other predators that would love a tasty kitten snack. So now they will live the rest of their days in the house. We're still getting acclimated to the dogs. Most of the dogs like them, but they still need their space. Yeah. Y'all guys say bye? You want to say bye? Say see you next time? You say it. Oop. Mama knocked you over, huh? So we will see you on the next tour. Hopefully it'll be next week, but we'll see. Right now nothing's really growing. Well, it's growing, but it's just not growing fast. So as the vegetables pick up and the days get warmer, we'll do more videos. But until then, we'll see you next time.